the Thai just orders of magnitude more naturally incredulous? And if so, why? How lucky Cliff and Stuart must feel to reside in a stronghold of the one true religion, given just how much variance there is out in the world. Again, why is a person's geographical place of birth a reliable statistical indicator of how likely they are to be saved? On our hypothesis of atheism, religion is a product not of divine revelation, but of evolved local mythologies and customs, married to political influence and military conquest. Religious beliefs, varying by region and culture in a statistically and historically predictable manner, whilst a trouble for the proposition's theology, is not only consistent with our worldview, but expected on it. The same is true of animal suffering. What would we expect to see if the world was being supervised by benevolence itself? And what do we find? Natural selection is the mechanism of animal development, which does not just involve, but relies upon death and destruction to the extent that 99.9% of the species, let alone the individual creatures that have ever existed on this planet, have been brutally wiped from existence in some of the most painful ways imaginable. Survival of the fittest is the same thing as death and anguish and suffering of the unfit. I think this is at least unexpected. If we assume naturalism, however, the world is just an amoral arena of accidentally existing organisms fighting in a blind struggle for survival in a world of limited resources. Again, we do not just explain the reality of the world, we also come to expect it. So, an unreliable source pointing to a fragmented God who, despite being the essence of benevolence, designs and consistently oversees systems of untold suffering and sometimes commands its infliction directly himself. The very moral intuition that Cliff and Stewart are relying upon to make a case for God's existence, or you know that certain things are right or wrong, you know that's not just a matter of opinion, are the very moral intuitions that we're invited to discard with when faced with basically anything that the God of the Old Testament does. Does the biblical God exist? I don't even know what biblical God we're talking about. Which one?
Thank you very much for that opening as well. We are going to jump into the open dialogue. I want to give you a
Pause it.
couple
Did you
of
understand some of that?
Huh?
Did you understand what he said?
Yeah.
Did you hear those two questions he asked?
Yeah.
What was one of them? Come on, dude. You're just like it's like you just like it's like you're so fixated on the way you think already that anything that comes into your head just it's if it's not God, it's like whatever. It's like it doesn't matter. And they didn't even talk about God, honestly. That guy gave you fucking science statistics. Do you know what kind of science statistics he gave you?
No.
What the hell, Eric? I can't,
Aren't you the same way though? Like,
no, they're listening to each other, bro. They're actually they gotta listen to them. They gotta listen to them. All right, but what did Stuart and Cliff say?
they haven't spoken yet.
Yeah, they did. They
The
did.
beginning, the introduction, but not after this argument.
No, like I'm saying, what did they say? We gotta follow through, buds. Like we gotta go through this. We can't be.
Dude, oh my god, bro.
There's
If I
no,
can't say anything, it's because I feel pressure right now. I can't remember right now.
how, bro. There's no, Eric. There's no way, bro. We're watching it right now.
I know, but like, dude, I need my fish oil pills, bro.
You need your what?
My fish oil pills. It helps me with memory.
Gemma, Gemma, are you watching this right now? You crack me up. No, Eric, look. It's just we need to remember what they say in order for us to actually decipher their context and have an interaction. Like I remember everything they all said right now, and they just said it. Stuart,
I get lost in my train, bro. My train of thought, bro. I get lost in here. It's like, I don't know.
no, I get that. All right, fine. Let's try
Like,
to.
I need to decipher it. Like, I need to. I don't know, bro.
Well, that's what we're doing. We're deciphering, but you seem to forget what they say. That we can't even decipher what they say if you forget it. Because I was just gonna say, well, it seems that Stuart and Cliff gave us a pretty good summarization of why they feel that God and Jesus Christ is the way. how amazing it is, and his resurrection, and that God is and Jesus Christ is the answer because he died for our
Based on our
sins.
intuition.